Number 4, manage dopamine.
Yeah, no, this is now this is important. So I remember I watched Fresh and Fit. You know, so I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch it. What I do is I put it on. I put like we saw
in the background.
Yeah, I put it on while I'm doing shit. You know, like and I listen to podcasts and I was listening to the episode with the homie Wes Watson. That's my guy. And
shout out to him.
WW.
Yeah, he just moved out to Miami, man.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna be seeing. We're gonna do some shit together. Pause. And
Heavy pause.
And you said, man, I got this problem.
Yeah.
This is the women. And I was like, Fresh? Really? Nah, but here's the
Screw
thing.
you, bro.
This is why you got to change. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, right? Because I used to. This may come as a shock to you, but I used to have the same problem.
BBC gang?
Yeah,
shit, man.
I mean, Myron known me for a long time, man.
Yeah.
He's seen some shit, man. He's seen some shit back before the Fresh and Fit was out.
Holy,
yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if I would have kept on that shit,
there's a reason he's monogamous now.
I'd have been the co-host, and the shit would have really got canceled. But it's like, okay, so check this out. You got to manage your dopamine, right? So this is real important, what I'm about to say. Let's say you go out, right? Let's say somebody goes out, right? I don't want to use Fresh as an example, right? Let's say somebody goes out to a club, right? Bam, that right there is going to spike dopamine, right?
Yeah.
Then you're probably drinking, doing coke, smoking weed, whatever the fuck whatever like substance you're going to do some sort of substance most likely, right? That's going to spike dopamine, right? Then you're going to be meeting new people, right? New women, right? That's going to spike dopamine, right?
Yep.
Loud music, you know what I'm saying? All these, you're stacking these dopamine experiences on top of each other, right? And then let's say you go have sex with somebody, right? That's gonna spike dopamine. If it's somebody you never met before, someone new, right, that you haven't had sex before, that's gonna spike dopamine a lot because novelty, dopamine loves novelty, right? You know what I'm saying? For real, like you got to be aware of this, right? So you stacked all these dopamine spiking activities on top of each other, right? And then you do all that. Now you've basically reached a super physiological level of dopamine, right? That night. How are you going to go do accounting the next day? Right? Think about the contrast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, think about the contrast. It's going to be this is why you're not punished for your sin. You're not punished for your sins. You're punished by them. You get what I'm saying? Like, what's going to happen is you're going to be hard.
That's a good distinction. You're not punished for them. You're punished by them.
Yeah, that's how karma works, right? The actual thing will punish you because after that, right, everything's gonna seem way boring than fucking brand new bitches in a fucking club, nightclub, getting high and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything's gonna seem boring compared to the contrast is too much, right?
Yeah.
But it's even more sinister than that, right? So the way we're gonna get into a little bit of human biology, right? But the way the dopamine system works is you have a baseline level of dopamine, right? You have a baseline level, right? Now, when you have like these huge spikes, like the one we just explained, like these huge mega spikes, what's going to happen is you're going to use the dopamine up in your brain, right? And then you're going to be below baseline after that. You ever see these people after they go out, they're all sad or like, even if they're not hungover, they're just not as much.
You see this in people that do ecstasy.
Yeah.
They have a crazy low after they do the ecstasy.
But you only think about it with like hardcore drugs like that, but like just big excitement shit, like fucking a new bitch is going to give you that same kind of high.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because of novelty, but there's going to be a drop because you're going to use all the available dopamine in your brain and you're going to go below baseline. Right. You know, if you want to learn more about this,
that's scary.
There's a book called Dopamine Nation that talks about this. Another book called the Molecule of More, which is one of the best books I ever read.
Molecule of
More changed. It like really like changes your perspective on things. So when you're going out all these nights, right, doing all the shit, doing all these crazy things that give you a super physiological level of dopamine, right? One, everything else is going to be boring in comparison to that. So it's going to be way harder for you to do like the hard work, the discipline. This shit is really going to make you successful.
Yeah.
Because of the contrast.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
What you could be doing.
You know what's funny? So we had a boxer on, Jorge Linares, and I asked him the question, why do boxers kind of avoid sex in like these clubs before a fight? And he was saying in a nutshell, you give that energy to a woman or to like, you know, these vices is going to ruin your fight the next day because once again, you have a certain amount of energy you have to maintain. And who said this famously? Muhammad Ali said that. So it's powerful, man.
Yeah, I mean they say that, but they're like, and the reason they say that is because people, dopamine was discovered in the 50s, but fighters have been saying that shit for like ever, right?
Yeah.
So, but there's a real reason why we know why biologically that happens, right? Because if you're doing all these big dopamine spiking activities, like you're gonna go below baseline after that.
Yeah.
So like you got to be hyper aware of this kind of shit, right? I'm not saying not have fun or not celebrate shit or whatever, but if you do this shit too consistently, right, then the rest of life's gonna look boring compared to a night at the club with some brand new bitches getting high. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna keep going below baseline. What happens if you do that habitually? People do that habitually, they end up depressed. You ever see these motherfuckers? They're not happy when you see them outside the club or talk to them one-on-one. They're not happy because they've depleted their dopamine levels to a point. Now the club don't even make them happy as much. The drug, you see this with druggies, right? With fucking dope fiends and fucking junkies or just people who
they need
smoke
to take
all the
more
time.
and more drugs just to simply reach homeostasis.
Now they have to smoke to feel normal because they're trying to get to baseline again because they've been depleting their dopamine reserves over a long period of time.
I'm really glad you mentioned this, Brandon, because we only talk about this when it comes to illicit narcotic use, but we never talk about this when it comes to like habits and lifestyle choices.
Yeah, I mean, even
TikTok.
video games. TikTok.
This could be social media.
One of the worst, I want to say, uses of like dopamine you could use, bro.
I don't have social media on my phone. I downloaded Instagram on here before I came because I figured we would do some shit, right? Yeah. But I'm gonna take it off as soon as I leave. I have it on my iPad, right? Because it's more difficult. It's like a layer of it's like it's
a layer of removal.
Yeah, and the experience kind of sucks on the iPad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And I want that, right? And I don't have TikTok at all. Like my team posts my TikTok shit. So I'm on there, but I don't go on there.
Deactivate TikTok on your phones for all the guys that are fucking watching this shit, bro. It's probably one of the biggest cancers for you. That biggest time sucks ever.
It's also video games, right? And I don't want to clown guys who do video games, I have a use case for it, right? The cardio shit. That's the only time I'll play video games is if I need to do cardio.
Yeah.
Because it spikes dopamine and I hate cardio.
Yeah.
So now it's like I have some enjoyment of this thing I hate.
Tell them how you do it. Because actually ingenious when I went over your place and you explained to me how you do it.
So I got the exercise bike and I'll either play I get the Switch, Smash Bros, or fucking
I would destroy you, bro.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers.
Who's your main?
Link, Dark Samus.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck you. Dark Samus?
Yeah.
All right.
Some G shit, man.
All right, I feel you.
I don't play anymore though.
Or like I get Call of Duty Mobile on this iPad, and I'll be fucking dropping nukes on the haters and shit. You know what I'm saying? But while I'm doing cardio, and it makes cardio more fun. But I'm real conscious of that because if you just
only play video games while doing
that's
cardio.
The rule. Yeah, that's the rule. I can't do it no other times because you only have so much dopamine at one point in time. You have like a pool of dopamine, right?
Yeah.
And if you use it all up on fucking video games, right? Then it's like, yo, motherfuckers are not happy after fucking hours of a video game playing. They might be happy at the moment, and I'm sure it gives them a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But then after it, they're not happy, right? Because the dopamine, they're below baseline after that.
Let me tell you this, man. As someone I will admit, I was addicted to video games.
Of course you were.
I played Halo 2 at a semi-professional level. Overwatch, I made it to Grandmaster. Like, I was damn near top 500 in the fucking world. Like, I'll tell y'all, man, as a guy that was playing 8 to 10 hours a day religiously on video games, because I was really fucking good with McCree and Halo 2. Like you, as soon as you turn that box off, it's like
you're dead a little bit, right,
bro? Yeah. So it's really not worth it. And I had to have that really tough discussion with myself, looking at myself in the mirror, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
like I'm literally like, thank God I had I was working for the feds at the time, right? And I was in fucking Laredo, Texas, so there's nothing else to do. So when I wasn't busting drug dealers or fucking cartel members and shit or responding to a case, I was at home playing video games. That's what I used to do to pass the time because there was nothing else there. But had I not had that job, I would probably have been like a full-blown addict playing like 18, 19 hours a day. And I said, when I moved to Miami in 2018, I was like, nah, man, I got to stop this shit. And I quit video games.
Dopamine's the number one drug, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, like, most of the drugs, the legal drugs, recreational drugs, what do? They spike dopamine. You know what I'm saying?
And it costs you.
It costs you.
Social media is free.
Yeah.
Just out to your point as well. So I was an avid player of Smash Brothers, of course, a little bit before the podcast and during. And then I realized, bro, the time I spent playing these games, like I could be spent working on myself.
Yeah.
Or for example, leveling up in real life.
Yeah.
And I replaced it with, for example, the gym now.
Yeah.
And then watching like documentaries.
Yeah.
So I took that same action, same energy, put it towards something healthy to make me become better in person, in real life.
And I'm not saying none of this stuff is bad, right? That's like you can do. That's why I only do it when I'm on cardio, because I fucking hate cardio.
Yeah.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially I do slow cardio now because I'm fucking old, right? I don't want to be doing hit cardio with my joints and shit no more, right? So like I'm doing slow cardio on the, like slowish cardio on the exercise bike. But you do that shit playing video games, you'll actually do more cardio than you intended. You know what I'm saying?
And I like these little hacks that you do because it helps you stay disciplined. So like when I was living in Texas at the time, it was kind of good that in my 20s, I was in a rural area, like, you know, working and playing video games and staying away from dumb shit. But I always used to say, celebrate for the occasion, don't make the occasion to celebrate.
Yeah.
A lot of people like will find an excuse to get drunk or party. Oh, it's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Oh, it's September 1st. Let's get drunk. Like
It's a birthday.
Like, yeah, it's a birthday. Like, instead of finding an occasion to drink, make the occasion count, right?
Yeah.
So have you know, have those days or whatever set up in advance where you can kind of have that fun or whatever and have it planned out. But like once you're like starting to make excuses just so you can party, whatever, that's when you're fucking up.
Okay, you're right. You're 100% right. I really like that you said what you said. Make the occasion.
Yeah, drink for the occasion, party for the occasion. Don't make the occasion too party.
Right. However, man, it's fucked up the way dopamine is, right? You know what I'm saying? The way it works. Because even after you accomplish a goal, let's say you accomplish a goal, dopamine levels drop because you're so happy to accomplish it. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up, right? So that's why I take this shit to a whole nother level, because when the dopamine levels drop, it's like it's super difficult to be disciplined or go after anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm kind of conscious of like these huge spikes. So I don't really celebrate nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it's a dangerous it can, you know, because you don't want to get on a binge either.
This is not advice.
Yeah.
I know I'm a fucking psycho, right? So like, you know, we be hitting record months in the business. And, you know, I hit 1 million subscribers I got my fucking plaque, my 1 million subscriber plaque. And it was around the same time I got 1 million on Instagram and shit. And I didn't even acknowledge it, right? Like I did thank my team. I thanked my team members, right? Because I felt it important to show them like appreciation, you know what I'm saying? And I thanked Elliot just because he was my mentor from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And but I didn't like celebrate it all just because studies will show that like if you go on even a big vacation, like there's like a postpartum feeling after it.
Yeah.
Right. Or a birthday or graduation or accomplishing a big goal. It's like a postpartum, and it can last for days or weeks.
Yeah.
Right. That postpartum depression shit that women get.
Yeah.
That shit is like serious. It's super tough for them to deal with, because like once you accomplish something so big, it's like
what next?
Yeah, it's like the dope. Literally, it changes your brain chemistry for a brief period of time. It's like a lot of women get super depressed after a wedding. They've been planning this shit leading up to it. Fucking they invited, and then after they get super depressed. This is a well-known phenomenon. Yeah, you know. And so it's like
divorce this nigga.
Yeah, so I just try to stay super stoic. You know what I'm saying? With all things, like I try not to get too high or too low, because I like my baseline. My baseline is like super like G level. And I like to stay out here. So try to be stoic about it. I'm not saying you don't have fun, right? I was during the playoffs, during the finals, me and Jay Waller, we went to fucking 2 basketball games. You know what I'm saying? In the playoffs. Y'all was supposed to come to one, but